Just woke up in Lausanne, Switzerland. We traveled for like 30 hours yesterday. It is 3:45 in the morning right now because we can't sleep because of the time change. So
waking up at 4 a.m. in Switzerland.
We have a 2-hour drive to Schattenhalb today, which is where we're going to be based out of for the next 5 nights. What's the plan?
We're headed to Zermatt. We originally scrapped this from the plan a few days ago when we were making our itinerary because we didn't have enough time here and we didn't really want to push ourselves, but we were laying in bed wide awake and figured why not.
Let's go. So evidently there is a cable car that goes to the Matterhorn glacier. We're not sure of the visibility or conditions, but we're pretty certain it's snowy. We weren't prepared, so we're headed back to the car to put on different shoes. We gotta make the train. It's every 20 minutes.
Freaking ready for this. Look at this pretzel. It's so bright. We made it to Gorgon Hut. There's 2 options. It was probably saying that wrong. It was that where we currently are, or the Matterhorn glacier, but the webcams we're not live, and you don't actually, it sounds like, get a view of the Matterhorn if you go to the glacier, so we decided to do this one. Only had 1 day. Pretty socked in at the moment.
Just snowy again. I hate the cold.
Maybe some cool time-lapse photography. Hopefully the clouds clear a little bit so we can actually see the full Matterhorn, but right now we just see a little bit of the Hornley Ridge.
Okay, other than me not having my sunglasses and being completely blinded, the Matterhorn is no longer in sight. So we're just gonna see if we can wait it out, but that doesn't look very promising.
How stoked are you on these mountains?
We would have no idea that the Matterhorn is right behind us if we didn't know.
This is one of our more expensive busts we've ever had. It was 110 Swiss francs for us to get up here. That's only the cable car, let alone parking and all the other expenses. Like Bri said, you would never know the Matterhorn is here. This is a huge bummer because we were in Switzerland, Italy, and Austria 2 months ago in March, and the same thing happened. It was a bust every time. Whiteouts anytime we try to go to the mountains, but this is the most expensive one. It is the start of the prime season, but I guess it's still technically off season, and I guess this is just one of the realities of it. It's a tough one because it's so expensive, but
I can't see anything. Bring your sunglasses.
We are in Switzerland, in a small town in the mountains, and we're in this wonderful mountain chalet.
We are in one of the most beautiful places in the world, and I'm engaged, so wish me luck.
we're in Lauterbrunnen. Probably the most beautiful place I've ever been.
This is incredible. What?
And now the most special place.
more surprising. Oh my goodness. The Airbnb was in on it too. Everyone knew. Good morning. We are in our little Swiss chalet and we're heading out to explore the town of Schattenhalb. Or something among those pronunciation parameters.
The weather here is pretty much horrible everywhere in Switzerland, so we decided it would not be smart today to take a cable car to the top of the mountain because we probably wouldn't see anything. So the town our Airbnb is in is like 20 minutes from Interlaken, and there's actually a ton of stuff to do here. So there's a bunch of waterfalls, there's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, there's a bunch of like slot canyons and little river gorges. So we're not really sure what we're gonna get into today, but we have a bunch of stuff pinned on Google Maps and we're gonna head out and hopefully have an amazing day. Our main things to do in Schattenhalb are, one, I'm gonna completely butcher this, but it's spelled like Erisla. I'm gonna put it right here so you can see it. Right now it's been raining pretty hard, so although we're in the canyon for that, we just don't want to do that and risk the camera gear until it at least lightens up a little bit. And then Reichenbach Falls, which is a cable car that you take up, and it's actually right under our Airbnb. You're going to access it from the bottom. And right now, if you can see, there's like a 3-tiered waterfall behind us, and this is right in the town of Meringen, which is below Schattenhalb. So we're going to go walk over to that right now because it looks like it's right there.
Okay, so as we've learned, the weather is very temperamental here, and pretty much you just have to wait 5 or 10 minutes and it will stop raining, the skies will clear, and it will be incredible conditions. And we're super excited, and here we go, headed over to this waterfall. I hope we get some good content and we'll show you what's up over here. What do you think?
This is crazy. We just got some really cool drone shots of this, and Bri's red jacket looks sick.
Parking lot in town, in like every town in Switzerland, have these little pay machines for parking, and they're not in English, which, you know, we are in a different country. I shouldn't assume everyone speaks English. However, we don't speak German or any local language, so we never know what it says. We found out that you need to download an app, which we don't have service, and it literally is 80 cents to pay, and it's just super inconvenient. So best of luck when you're trying to park.
Well, this is where my road ends because Bri just walked up a river in her rain boots and all I packed were shoes. So I guess she's gonna scope for the two of us. Careful. Oh my!
It's gonna zoom. I can't even get on. Oh fuck, I'm gonna fucking sink.
How did it feel when you hit?
Fine.
Fine?
Just hold on tight. And if your feet slip off, you'll have your arms.
That was a complete bust. Absolutely dumping here.
We drove to Interlaken to get McDonald's, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're gonna do something we never do. We're gonna go to the Airbnb, drop all of our camera bags. We pretty much never go anywhere without at least one camera, one drone, one something. So we're gonna keep exploring. We're going to the iPhone vlog though. morning. It's 6 a.m. Finally on the time change here and time schedule here. Early morning. We're going to Grindelwald today and maybe Lauterbrunnen again. As usual on this trip, the weather's going to dictate what we do because there's 1,000 cable cars and awesome stuff, but we're not going to spend all that money if it's a waste of time, so we'll see what we get into. Every single day is rainy, every single day it's cloudy, and we are in Grindelwald today. And Grindelwald looks like arguably one of the coolest places in the world. I'm sure I've said that every day of this trip, but can't see anything, just had coffee and some guy was like, it's not even worth it to go up. Again, parking was like $30 and going up is like $150, so another bust, but we'll find some cool stuff to do anyways. So per our luck of this trip and our last Alps trip, every single day is rainy. So we've been sitting in the car for the last hour because it's just dumping rain.
Okay, so last night we checked the weather forecast and we decided it was in our best interests to go to Grindelwald because of the weather and sunshine and blah, blah, blah. We get there, couldn't see a thing. It was raining, super big buzzkill. Couldn't go to the top of the cable car like route because total whiteout. So we decided to come back to Lauterbrunnen and shoot and get some souvenirs, and it still looks a little crappy, but it's so beautiful and now so special to us. And now I'm gonna go get some soup. Good morning from the most beautiful place on earth that we cannot see.
Hot dog. It's the only food they had. Everything was a bust because the weather has been horrible all week and we haven't seen the mountains once. So we found these awesome thermal pools. I think it's the biggest thermal. Huh? I think it's the biggest thermal pools in Europe. And the downside though is that it's 2.5 hours one way, and it includes a train that you have to put your car on. And the traffic is so crazy and so horrible. Thankfully they have a bathroom and they have a cafe shop. So to cure Bri's upset stomach, I got her a hot dog, of course. Okay, so they have a 3-hour thermal bath or just a sauna pass or an all-day thermal baths and sauna, which is pretty much unlimited, and it was 45 francs, so like 50 USD. So we got that. Towels are 40 francs, but once you return them, you get 35 francs back, so they're just like 5. Sauna's naked, so that'll be funny, but I think we should definitely do that to experience it. Why not? We'll never see any of these people again.
This is unreal. We were allowed to take a couple clips with our phone with no one in it, so it's gonna be super short video or like not a lot of stuff, but oh my god, I'm losing it. This is insane. This is one of the craziest places I've ever been.
So windy that you can even hear me. But right now we're done with the thermal baths and we're just exploring. Bri is shooting. Got really windy, so no more drones sadly, but this place is awesome. There was no cameras allowed pretty much on the entire property, but we did talk to some of the employees and they let us get some phone videos at very specific places, shot a very specific way. So hopefully we got enough to share the pools with you guys. But it's incredible. It's like 4 stories of things. It's a bunch of thermal pools, and then there's a cave thermal pool. There's cold plunges.
Oh my god. There's a sauna area that's nude, and we sat on a sauna nude. For the first time ever.
We've never been to like a nude beach or anything like that. Or I guess we did a Turkish bath, which was nude. But this is the first like full-on butt naked experience. It was hilarious, and being the little kids that we are, we're trying not to laugh at each other just because it's like, I don't know, when you have to be quiet, you can't be quiet, and like we're just looking at each other like, oh man, this is so funny for whatever reason. We're just chilled, right? So we are continuing to explore SCHATTENHALB, and this is right next to our Airbnb. It's like a 1-minute drive.
but we only drove to it because we are just finishing our day of exploring. The spot is called Amsterdam, so it says on the maps, but it's essentially this really cool blue pool under these rapids.